Okay, let's go ahead and get things underway. Let's go ahead and move us over to this screen. Hey, everyone. And we're going to go ahead and give Spotify the rest of the stream off for today. Hey, how's everyone doing? Welcome to, first of all, welcome members to this Classics Revisited inaugural stream. This is going to be the very first instance of what I have branded as Classics Revisited. It's a live stream watch party series for well, it's not just for members because this will be available in a couple of days to non-members. But the live streams themselves, these are members only live streams. So for those of you that are here, and I see that the Mesozoic Mind is here. How you doing, my friend? Thanks again for being a member. This is going to be a stream in which I rewatch a classic movie, something that I have enjoyed from previous. Now, my definition of the word classic may not necessarily be your definition of the word classic. For me, it just has to be a good movie that I have enjoyed. It does not have to have a certain age on it or anything. I believe How to Train Your Dragon is like a 15-year-old movie. But I mean, like, I don't know, Ready Player One, I think, is from 2018. I would put that on Classics Revisited. That's like a 7-year-old movie. That's not much. So my criteria might be different from yours if you define classic in a very specific way. We might have some differences of opinion, but you know, that's just how the world works sometimes. So anyways, I saw this movie. I want to say I saw this movie sometime before I came to Houston, but I came to Houston in 2006, so I must have gotten something wrong. I did see this movie, I know, when I was living by myself. So this, and so that would have been at least, I don't know, up to a couple of years after it came out. I caught it on like a movie channel, like cable TV or something, and I hadn't seen it. And I was like, you're mostly here at night. That's fair. That's fair. I'm actually thinking about getting some curtains and blotting out the sunlight, but I don't know. What do you think of the sunlight? And I'm gonna move the microphone ever so slightly. And are you able to hear me okay? Because like I've got the microphone up here as opposed to down here where everyone can see it. And so far everyone seems to think it's good. So anyways, what I really liked about this movie, I had two cats at the time, Sirius and Alastor. Sirius was my black cat, and Toothless reminded me of Sirius, which is a big part of why I kind of fell in love with this series, because I'm like, oh my god, it's Sirius with wings, basically. And but aside from that, I really liked the story at play. I really liked the kind of, this young Viking man is very different from the way that his culture has brought him up to be. And so he has to deal with a certain amount of kind of social, I guess, ostracism. It's probably not quite that bad as ostracism, but like he's the odd one out. Everyone is like, Hiccup, what's wrong with you? Just go kill the dragon, Hiccup. You're a Viking. Come on, let's do this. A lot of stuff like that happening. And I mean, like, nobody is cruel to him for it, but like he is maybe a little bit made fun of for it, and so I just I don't know. I liked that. I liked that just because something is done a specific way doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right way. And I like it when people who take a stand for that kind of change, actually manage to show people, if you think about things and maybe just let that thought in a little bit and just kind of let it marinate and try it out, maybe you'll find that it's not so bad. And so that's one of the reasons that I like this movie. All right. Now, before we get started, I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively mute the desktop audio, but I'm not going to put the headphones in yet. Mesozoic, I know that you're here, so you're probably going to see this happen right on the Discord, but I'm going into the member Discord chat, and I'm going to just put out the link for the for today's viewing. So um, I'm just going to go. We're live now. If you want to join, all right. So there you go. All right, Mesozoic, you should be seeing that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get things underway. Now, a couple of things. First of all, with Classics Revisited, with the film first movies, I generally try to watch those like all the way through. I try not to like disrupt things. I try not to stop and then get up and do stuff or whatever. Mainly because I want to experience the movie all the way through. Couple of things about Classics Revisited that you may want to know. First of all, I am uh I'm gonna get a little personal here, and if this is too much information, I apologize. I'm not trying to be gross here, okay? But a couple of things. First of all, I just want to say that with movies that I have seen, I kind of feel a little bit better about hitting the pause button so that I can talk about a certain scene before we actually watch it and just say why I like the scene or why this scene is this way or something like that. But on a more practical note, I am I'm getting ready for a colonoscopy that I'm going to be having on Tuesday. If you don't know what that is, it's a medical procedure. It is kind of an in and out procedure, but it does take a couple of days of preparation. And so this morning I just started on laxatives. So it's possible that I may need to just get up and go to the restroom. So just so you know, like I might have to pause for those reasons as well. Did I have to tell you this? Probably not. But I'm telling you this simply because I want you guys to understand, like, you know, there may be perfectly legit reasons that I paused the movie, not just because I want to talk about a scene. So, with all that said, I think we're gonna go ahead and get started in just a second here. I'm going over to first I'm going to put on the headphones. I'm going to do my sound test real quick. I've already muted the desktop audio, so I'm gonna go ahead and just click on the movie and see what kind of sound I get. Okay, it would be nice if I plugged the headphones in. This is why I like doing this kind of stuff. All right. Okay. All right, so we just got the HBO movie presentation fanfare music. Hopefully you did not hear that after I plugged my headphones in. You might have heard it come through on the microphone and it probably sounded terrible. Um, which, you know, that's fine. So I'm going to move it all the way back to the 0 mark on the timeline, which doesn't seem to want to go. Oh no, it did. Okay. All right. So I've got things set up, so we are good to go. All right, and let me see. I want to see what Mesozoic is saying. First of all, again, Mesozoic, I want to thank you for being a member of the channel. Um, just so you know, so some of the some of the membership perks, in addition to the emotes and the shiny new badges, which I see that your spider badge is now silver, so that means you've been a member for like a full month. So congratulations on that, and thank you. Um, but I only take suggestions for classics revisited from channel members. When it comes to the film first stuff, I take that from channel members. I take that from friends, family, coworkers, everyone. Only channel members. I only take suggestions from channel members with regard to classics revisited. So I just want you to know that's kind of like an additional perk that I've kind of conjured up along with classics revisited. So just you know, just something else for you to know. You get access to this and other members only live streams. I'm still in the process of creating those, but we at least get these. Now these do go public on Tuesday, but the thing is that you're here and able to comment and talk with me about the movie and everything. And I'm going to take a look at some of your chats right now. Think it goes to without saying that I'm very excited for this one. I am too. I have not seen this movie in a few years, and so I always like watching a movie that I haven't seen in at least like 3 years, because even though I remember like a lot from the movies, there are still some details that I may forget or that maybe I didn't realize at the time. And so I always love being able to watch a movie like this over again. So, all right, you adore this movie and franchise with a fiery passion. It's up there being one of your favorite franchises of all time, next to Godzilla, Jurassic Park. Dang, dude. So, I mean, so this isn't, because I know you like kind of dinosaur related media. This really isn't that, but this is kind of close to it, right? Like it seems like that really kind of, it's not dinosaur, but it is like mythical beast that, if they had existed, could have been dinosaurs. All right, not used to seeing my room bright. Yeah. Okay, you don't mind the sunlight, you're just not used to it. Okay. And you can hear me good. Good, good. I'm really glad. When I have when I have to move back so that I can watch the movie, I'll probably reposition the mic a little bit, but like because you'll be able to see it. But whatever. Okay. Grew up loving this movie, man, and all my friends adore it. Even the two animated shows are super good, except the one set in modern time. That one sucks. I don't know if I'm ever gonna watch the shows. Maybe I will at some point. I don't know. Um, for those that aren't aware, after Andor, I think for the most part, I think I'm gonna do away with shows like streams where I watch shows, simply because I'm streaming enough as it is. I need time to edit and do uploads and stuff like that. So, um, but with that said, like I'm not gonna completely close the door. Like I reserve the right to do like a Spider-Man show or like anything new that I was just like I must watch this and I must watch it on stream. But like I think as a kind of like a regular thing, I think I might just kind of be retiring show streams kind of as a regular thing. So all right. And excellent. Okay, it looks like we're good. Okay. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and do the thing that you guys are aware of, so I probably don't need to say. If you are expecting, video or audio from the title in question, that's not going to happen today. But hopefully at some point I can use it to make reaction videos. And then, in the meantime, you just be uh, watching the movie alongside me. Again, if you have, if you've got this movie on disc, if you've got it on digital, it's also on Max. If you have a subscription to that, at least as of this recording, I know that streaming service holdings can change over time. So feel free to queue up. I am on the HBO fanfare. Like I'm at 000 on the timeline. So this will be before, I think we'll get the DreamWorks logo and everything. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. I don't need this yet. I'm gonna do the reaction video portion of the recording, and then we're just gonna get right into the movie. All right, and we're gonna start that reaction video portion of the recording right now. Hey everyone, Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to Classics Revisited, the live stream program in which I watch a movie that I had enjoyed and seen previously, and I rewatch it for just kind of the. I'm still working on this intro. And I watch it to re-experience and re-enjoy it again, along with you, my viewers, so you can see my reaction. Classics Revisited is a little bit different from the first film live streams in that, yes, I've seen these before, but also I reserve the right to pause at certain sections of the video to talk about specific scenes at length. So when I make reaction videos of these, you might see me talking about a scene while it's going on. And I kind of like the editing possibilities that opens up. So hopefully you guys will be okay with it. I will let you know when I pause a scene, and kind of like when we start the movie, I will throw out a thwip when we resume it. So just know that, like this may be a little bit longer than the running time of the movie for that reason. So, let me see what else. Okay. I think that's everything. Okay. So today's Classics Revisited movie is going to be How to Train Your Dragon from the year 2010. It is a DreamWorks movie, and this is one of those films that I just adore. I didn't see it in theaters. It came out in 2010, and I probably caught it on cable or something like that. And one of the reasons that I loved it so much is simply because Toothless reminded me of my black cat that I had at the time. Her name was Sirius, and I kept thinking, oh my God, that's Sirius on the screen, and it wasn't. Like I know that they kind of make the dragons, they pattern their behaviors after dogs and cats and everything. I get it, but it worked. It worked, and I loved it. One of the other things that I really like about this movie in particular, though, is the idea of Hiccup being a bit of an outlier. Sorry, being a bit of an outlier from the rest of his clan. These are Vikings, so there's like some interwoven with the fiction. There is some kind of actual like historical culture kind of interweaved with it for this story. But I like that Hiccup is very much like he doesn't want to kill. He's not into dragon hunting, and he's not a killer. That is not who he is. And in a culture where that is celebrated, that can be a very intimidating thing. And I like that Hiccup tries, to convince others, hey, maybe give the dragons a shot. Maybe they're not as bad as we think they are. And of course, everyone kind of laughs at him. And he's not like there's like a little bit of social isolation, but it's not like he's ostracized. It's not like they have pushed him out or that he gets beaten up all the time or anything. I do think that that message of being able and willing not only to convince others of your perspective on something, but to just be able to reach out to them and for them to be able to be like, maybe he's got a point. I really think that's a very powerful message, and one that is, it's worth hearing and it's worth taking to heart. And so that's one of the reasons that I really do enjoy this movie and this franchise as a whole. And I mean, I can tell you right now, we will be watching How to Train Your Dragon 2 next month. I cannot wait to rewatch that. I I just I it's that one's probably my favorite out of the entire trilogy, but this is an excellent start to this franchise, and I cannot wait to get in and watch it. And we are going to do that in just a moment. If you enjoy these reactions, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, if you enjoy these reactions, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. Whether you like or dislike this movie, let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this film. And, oh wow. I think I need to mention this being a reaction and a watch along, but we'll do that in a second. Things may be a little out of order here, so it's for editing purposes. I'm sorry. So, And let's do the live streams thing. Okay, we'll do that in a second. I'm gonna revisit and do this real quick. Um, let's see. So I said, "Welcome to Classics Revisited." I explained what it was. I said the title. Okay, after the title, I should have done this. Um, so welcome. So I mentioned How to Train Your Dragon. So this will be a reaction and no, a watch party and reaction to the 2010 movie How to Train Your Dragon. All right. I get that I'll get that on the subsequent ones at some point. I'll put a script together. I should have done that and I just didn't. Didn't think I need it. Hubris. That's my downfall. So, all right. Okay. You can find the full and unedited live stream of these reactions on my YouTube channel. There is a master playlist of movies that I have watched on the channel and reacted to, but I am also dividing them up into smaller playlists. How to Train Your Dragon would be in the genres of animated, family, adventure, and fantasy. And you can find all of those playlists on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. All right, and I think that's everything. So, all right. So let's get ready to watch How to Train Your Dragon. Again, really looking forward to this. Really looking forward to it. All right. Mesozoic says that's fair, but I do recommend the two shows if you're interested to see more of this world and the other dragons. Expect the Nine Realms. Didn't watch, except the Nine Realms. Didn't watch the Nine Realms. Okay, that's fair. All right. And again, I will hopefully never have to say this for a very long time. But again, just remember, I may need to pause and, for medical reasons. Laxatives are a hell of a drug. That's all I'm going to say. And I think I hear trouble, so I'm going to let her in. But once I get back, we're going to stick on the headphones and we're going to start watching the movie. All right? All right. I guess Trouble does not wish to join us for this screening. That's okay. All right. Okay, I think we are good. Sorry, I'm just making a couple of adjustments to the headphones. There we go. I don't want them too tight, but I don't want them too loose either, you know? Okay. All right. Okay, everyone. 2010s How to Train Your Dragon. Here we go. Bum, ba-da-bum. All right. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. You know what? I'm just going to bring the microphone down. Okay, I didn't want to use that arm. Hold on. All right, we're still going with the intro. We got the DreamWorks sequence. There we go. All right, and hopefully you can hear that. All right. You should not be hearing desktop audio. Okay, I think we're good. Like his description of Burke, it reminds me of Luke Skywalker from A New Hope, where he's like, if you planet furthest from the sun, bright center of the galaxy. Oh, or sheep, dragons. Dude's in the dragon's mouth and he's hitting it with a flail. Oh my god. A hideous name? That's why he's got the name Hiccup? Are you serious? Get out of here! You're not ready for battle! Ah, Dad. All right, moving a little closer. There we go. Okay. Night Fury is that's what Toothless is, right? Because there isn't a description of them. Okay. He's got my sense of self-deprecation. Yeah. Like me, he's not a big guy. Yeah, I'm like 5'7" and maybe 160 pounds. And oh, and his girlfriend or love interest, yeah. Astrid is voiced by America Ferrera, which she's in the show Superstore. She's like the main lead. I might even get a date. Oh, you just you don't stop being yourself, basically. Oh God, who's his voice actor? Um, is that Craig Ferguson? Because that sounds like Craig Ferguson. Craig Ferguson is like the biggest late night talk show flirt ever. Oh God. Like, I'm so surprised. If dragons are a regular thing, they're rebuilding constantly. Oh my God. I don't remember that. Holy crap. Dragon on fire. Because you can't see them. Because no one's ever seen a Night Fury, right? He's not a dog. And then he goes hobbling into battle. Yeah. Think you're getting out of that net? No. These guys are going to wrestle you. Oh, right. This is him. He's got his little crossbow thing. See, this is what I like. He's like he's like I'm not good at combat, but I can make oh, it's tiny. He got it. And yeah, it's like no one saw that. except for one other dragon. Stoic is just like, God dang it. Hiccup. There you go, pissing off more dragons. So, not the best hiding spot, but probably the only one that was available at the time. And then Stoic's just like, okay, let's wrestle. Oh, just kicked it off. Well, that's property damage. Oh, yeah. Him having to say that word, Dad. Sorry, Dad. Like, oh, but I hit a night fear. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, my God. That is, yeah, not the right time. Lying about who he is. Oh, my God. Jeez. See, and these guys are giving him shit. Like they are. But like they still like hang out with him and they still, I don't know if I'd call them friends, but at least they're a peer group that, you know, accepts him. So, Matt Cave, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Welcome. This is a talking fishbone. Oh God. Yeah. Is that is that blacksmith? Is that Craig Ferguson? It sounds like Craig Ferguson. I've watched way too many clips of him flirting with movie stars to not catch that accent. See, this is a lot more Vikings than I would think would live in a village of this size. So he's going to go off on what, a quest to look for their nest or something? No one wants to look after Hiccup. Yeah. Oh, God. I really like all of these characters too. Like, I really like Stoic, even though he is very, like, hold on. Of course he's been different. They only steal the left ones. Oh, stone teeth. Oh my God. So he's different, you know? Ooh. I mean, that's what having kids is, right? Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick. And just so you know, I'm at the 11 minutes and looks like about the 11 minutes and 38, 30, no, yeah, about 11 minutes and 38 seconds into the movie. So, first of all, I just want to say hello again to Matt Cave. Thank you for being here. I got a little time before my daughter and I start Empire Strikes Back for her first viewing. Oh, okay. Matt Cave, how old is your daughter? I'm really curious to know because my sister, I think the very first time she watched The Empire Strikes Back, she was like, I want to say that she was like 10, 11, 12. And, um, and I knew she was into it. Like, she watched the Star Wars movies kind of because like I was, but like by the time we get to the end of Empire Strikes Back, like she was really into the whole like Han and Leia like love story. Like she was like crying at a certain point in that movie. So oh, she's 7. Oh, and I take it she's enjoyed everything so far, right? Because if she didn't, I would imagine she'd be like done before Empire. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Skip Revenge of the Sith for now because of how intense it is. Okay, that makes sense. So, okay, so that is Craig Ferguson. I knew it. I knew it. Again, I've seen that man. I've seen that man like flirt with way too many attractive female like actresses and athletes and celebrities to not recognize that voice. So, yeah, apparently that was a thing too, like rocks for teeth, like when people lost their teeth, you know, you've got George Washington's wooden teeth or dentures or whatever. So yeah, it's what's inside that he can't stand. Thanks Gobber. Yeah, no. And part of the reason that I'm pausing here is simply because like I want to talk a little bit about Hiccup's personality. Um, not really his personality, but just how he is different from the other Vikings. I mean, who hasn't felt that way from time to time, right? Just that feeling that you're different because maybe you don't like the same things that other people like, or maybe you are not built a particular way that other people seem to be built. I remember that when I was in middle school and high school especially, I was so shy, guys. I was pretty painfully shy. I wasn't incapable of starting a conversation. Well, no, no, no. I wasn't incapable of having a conversation with people. But for me, starting a conversation was terrifying. I couldn't do it. Um, it was really difficult for me to kind of come in on a group of people who were sharing a joke or something. And, I just couldn't join in. I always felt like it would be awkward if I did. And I always kind of felt like I have all these really cool ideas and I'm a really good person. I have this great personality, but you know, I I don't have this real ability to express it. And then like when people would sometimes talk to me or they'd ask me a question and then I started talking to them, they'd say things like, um, my real name is Tony. I think most of you know that. But when I was in high school, I went by Anthony. Okay. And I would actually have some of my students, classmates. I didn't have students. I'd have some of my classmates. They'd be like, Anthony, you should talk a lot more. You're a pretty interesting guy. You're a cool guy. Like, we should hear more from you. And I, I don't, maybe I just had like an extreme confidence problem as a kid. I know I did, but just the idea of trying to start a conversation to me was always terrifying. I just couldn't do it. And so I was always kind of like, well, thank you for saying that. I'll take it under advisement. Um, but yeah, like one of the reasons this film appeals to me is because of how they characterize Hiccup and how, like he just wants to have a social life. He just wants a date. I remember feeling exactly like that when I was his age. I wasn't dealing with dragons, I wasn't a Viking or anything like that, but I remember that feeling. And I think that one of the things this movie does beautifully is capturing that sense of feeling apart from everyone and doing it in a way that makes, that people can relate to and that makes sense, and then kind of making it, just weaving it into the fabric of the narrative. I think that's beautiful, and I hope I hope movies continue to kind of take that relatability and make it part of the story. So, anyways, let me see. She loves watching Clone Wars. Oh, Clone Wars was so good. By the time that was over, I loved it. So, Mesozoic is not a Star Wars fan. He's JP guy. Myself, it's my Star Wars. Oh, Jurassic Park. Okay. But happy May 4th to Matt and to, oh yeah, it is. It's May the 4th. By the way, since it's May the 4th, I'm going to tell you guys something. I hadn't planned any Star Wars content for the channel this year. Last year I played like all Star Wars games, which was great but exhausting. I do have one special piece of Star Wars content planned for later this month. And I think this will be the first that I'll be announcing it. So, here we go. Um on I think it's May 20th. Right now on Disney Plus, Star Wars Andor is dropping every Tuesday, and they drop 3 episodes. It's awesome, but it's also a pain in the rear end when you're streaming it that late. But I do want to say that those when the show is done, I think it wraps up on May 13th. So when the show is done, that's just like a week from today. 1 week after that, instead of doing a show watch along, I'm going to do a special Classics Revisited stream. We're gonna watch Rogue One now that because the end of Andor season 2 should lead directly in to Rogue One. So we're going to watch that. This Classics Revisited live stream will not be for members only. It will not be monetized until after the stream is done. So anyone who has access to Rogue One will be able to watch along with me that Tuesday night. That will be May 20th. So I haven't put it on the schedule officially yet because I hadn't decided whether or not I was going to do it until recently. But just so you know, May 20th, my special Star Wars event for the channel will be Star Wars Rogue One. And I think probably next year I'll do watch-alongs of like the original trilogy. You know. But at least for this year, Rogue One is going to be my channel's official Star Wars event for the month of May. So if you can join me for that, please do. Because again, I'm opening that one up, non-channel members, if you are watching the stream right now, and it is before May 20th. This stream I'm recording on a Sunday, and it's not going to be viewable to non-members until Tuesday. That will not be the case with my Rogue One stream. I'm going to open that one up to everybody. You guys can all join. You guys can all watch along with me. You guys can all comment in the chat. So please, if you can, feel free to join me for that one. Okay? All right, I think I've said enough. I'm going to start up again, and let's see. Yeah, we're at about the 11 minute, and I think like 38 or 40. I don't know. I've got the little hand drawn map on the screen. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go again on the thwip. All right, here we go. Okay, that's right. Yeah, he did get out of the house, and his maps are crap apparently. Come on. Oh, that's what happens when you strike a tree. Oh, tree trunk. Ooh, here's where it landed. Ooh, yeah, yeah, I think that was my reaction the first time I saw it. Like, whoa, oh my God, look at that tiny dagger. Oh, hold me closer, tiny dagger. You got him. This fixes everything, really? Like tries to put his foot on it and then leaps away wildly as soon as it moves. I mean, its breathing alone is intimidating. Oh my God. Oh, it looks so sad. See, this is the scene that tells you truly who Hiccup is. He's trying so hard to be something that he's not because his society wants him to be. And at the end, he looks it in the eye and he's like, "Oh," and he can't do it. He can't kill. Oh, I did this. Wow, that is powerful. That is like self-damnation right there. He's he's letting the dragon go and whoa. Hi. And now he doesn't look so sad. He looks kind of pissed off. It's like, "Why'd you do that to me?" And then he just runs off. Oh, now if his wing hadn't been damaged, this would have actually been a pretty smart move on Hiccup's part because the dragon flew off. He could have just been like, "Okay, I didn't kill a dragon, didn't have to." And essentially like I know that I don't want to kill a dragon now. I could just kind of be where I am and be okay with it, you know? Dang, dad caught him. Oh, okay, all right. Need to pause. I have to pause. I'm sorry. I reserve the right to pause. Okay. Um, I am at about 15 minutes and looks like about 30, I don't know, 34 seconds, something like that. Okay. All right. So the reason I'm pausing at this scene is simply because this is one of those scenes that as a writer there's a definite kind of technique to a scene like this, okay? It's the scene where you have two kind of opposing forces that are butting heads in a way that is going to create kind of this one of the central conflicts of the movie. And essentially, like this is a technique that I was taught as a playwright. I haven't ever published a play or anything, but I'm familiar with a lot of writing techniques here. This scene is an excellent example of that, where you create a situation where, you know, character A comes to like one realization or to one kind of resolution about something. You know, in this case, it's Hiccup basically going, "Okay, Dad, well, I know I'm not a killer. I can't kill dragons. I think I just want to be like a civilian or whatever, and I'll help make weapons and stuff and everything." And up until this point, he's been telling his dad, no, I want to be included. I want to be a Viking. I want to do this. I want to do that. And so his dad is essentially going to basically tell him, we're going to make you a dragon killer. We're going to do it now. You're going to go in for dragon training starting tomorrow. And so like you've got basically these two philosophies that are they're directly butting heads. At least for Hiccup, they are simply because he's already come to one resolution and is like, I don't want this. And his dad is like, I'm giving you this and you're going to take it. And so it creates what is essentially kind of the drive, the driving force behind a lot of the kind of interpersonal conflict or intrapersonal with the conflict within that Hiccup has with himself and trying to reconcile those two philosophies. And again, this is a technique that you can recreate if you are trying to create tension when you're writing. Like maybe you have like a guy who has, you know, this is an example given to me. You have a guy who has been like living with this woman for a very long time, and their relationship has kind of been on the rocks and everything, and essentially like they don't know what's happening. And then one day while he's out, he meets this other woman and nothing happens, but like they're very clearly much more attuned to each other, and he's made this decision. He's like, I think we need to break up and everything. So he comes home to girl A and basically is like, yeah, let me we need to talk. And she's also like, yes, we do need to talk. And unbeknownst to him, she is pregnant and is like, we need to take the next step together and all this stuff. And I mean, it's like it's like you have to kind of find what the driving motivators for your characters are, and then find a way to put them uh into direct conflict with kind of the polar opposite. And that again is what this scene, which we're about to watch, that is what this scene does masterfully, and I just love it for that reason. All right. Okay, I'm about to resume. We are going to do that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and they say it at the same time. Okay. Oh man, I should have gone first. Small home repair volume. He even said it directly. I can't kill dragons. Wow. This conversation is even more intense than I remember. Because he's literally asking, can you not hear me? I can't do this. No more of this. This conversation is feeling very one sided. I like Stoic. I think he's a great character. He is so dismissive of Hiccup in this conversation, though. He is so dismissive. I kind of hate it, but I kind of love it. I like this shot of the kids coming in. They're like, "Yeah, let's do this. Let's grab these weapons and do this thing." It's only fun if you get a scar out of it. Oh my god, guys, chill. Oh. Oh, Craig Ferguson, don't ever change, man. I'm sorry, Gobber, don't ever change. Calculator. Dude, he knows his stats. Let him do his thing. Oh boy. If you get blasted. A doctor? That. So this is like a baby dragon. Now this one has blood on it. Ah. I forgot about this. This is really cool. Them making the noise with the shield and then it mess. Whoa. What is his name? Fish legs? Dude, get your flirt on some other time. And there you go. Whoa, hi, how you doing? Oh, that's close. Oh, gobber, damn, dude. Go back to bed, you overgrown sausage. Nice. Oh, the grunkle here is an adult? Okay. Wow. That look that he gave him when he said go for the kill. And that's an excellent question. So why didn't Toothless go for the kill? Kinda makes you wonder, doesn't it? So it fell into this basin? What kinds of... Whoa, hi. Oh, okay. Oh. So I take it Hiccup, when he trapped Toothless, that's what injured Toothless's tail, right? He makes pretty good drawings, actually. Oh. Oh, it's trapped, and it feels so... Like, I feel so bad for him. Oh, and he's starving. Uh-oh. Um... Hi. What's up, kitty? How you doing? Mistimed my somersaults? Really? He's never where he should be. Okay, at least one of them is a reader. Okay. I like that these guys are they're like comically obnoxious. I mean, I guess they don't beat him up, but they certainly socially kind of let him have it. I do like the different types of dragons. I think that's really cool. Kill on the sight. Is there like a published book, like a guide of dragons from this? Because I imagine that would sell. Yeah, everything is kill on sight, right? The unhold wow. He he can't find he can't find what toothless is. So yeah, like logic suggests that it he could be a night or toothless could be a night fury. Go into this cloud mass here or this fog mass. Yeah. I like the way they just disappear into the whoa. That was terrifying. Yeah, you're not dude, you're in the middle of training. That is this is a terrible time to ask that question. Oh dear god. I would be questioning his teaching methods as well. Do you ever brush your teeth? Okay, morons. There's a dragon right in front of you. Hypothetically. Oh boy. Hey, Hiccup, you could probably work as the bait. Dude. I mean, somersaulting with a shield is kind of dumb anyways. Oh, 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 we're knocking everything over now. Dude, Hiccup. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Hiccup does need to work on his situational awareness. I will say that. Ooh. Figure out which side you're. He's not siding with them yet. He's just kind of being an idiot, not taking his surroundings into account, you know? Wow, that is some stealth. Let me tell you. What up? Hi. Here, I got a big smelly fish for you. I like how his eyes immediately got bigger, like his pupils dilated. Yes, I do have a knife. Okay, all right. I see. You think you're gonna. Okay, here, I'm gonna put it down. All right. I'm gonna kick it away. All right. And then he's like, okay, we can be friends now. I have. Is that food? I like food. They're retractable, like Wolverine's claws. So, you got any more? You got any more? I'm still hungry. Can you get me some more? Oh, I spat it back up. Okay, well, here, you have some. He's just looking at him. He's just looking at him like, yeah, I'm sharing. You should have some. Yeah, go ahead. I hope you like sushi, Hiccup. Oh, oh, yeah. Yeah, that's so good. That's great. I love raw fish. He's trying to smile. Forgot about this. Nope, not into it. Like, no, no, no. You still tried to take me down. Ooh, conjured himself up a warm spot. I love it. Oh, fine. I suppose you can, you know, be around me. Just don't touch me. Don't you touch me. Excuse me, sir. Fine, I think I'm gonna go over here. Is he hanging upside down? Okay, what is the stupid human doing? It's like, oh, how are you making little images like that happen? I think I can do the same thing. Hold on a second here. See? See? I can draw too, human. Isn't it cool? See, this scene right here basically justifies Hiccup's, you know, decision not to kill the dragon. He's like, they are they are capable of at least some of the same types of emotion and pursuits and passions as we are, you know? Yeah, don't you step on my lines. Hi. Can I pet you? You're like, okay, all right. I don't know if I'm going to lose this hand, but here, the gesture of faith right there. Oh, oh God. Ah, I can feel myself welling up right there. When Toothless finally like makes contact with him. Oh, that's so sweet. Telepathic with your face. Yeah. And now Hiccup is like, "Oh my God, she's going to die if I can't fix her ability to fly." He just disappeared like no problem. Okay, Astrid, why are you even thinking about following him? Okay, okay, so she just noticed he was gone. Okay, never mind. And since he is a designer or an engineer or a blacksmith or whatever, he's like, maybe I can find a way to repair the damage that I did to Toothless. Like this is what he's good at. This is he's an inventor. He's an innovator. He's a maker. He's a creator. Oh my god. He doesn't like Yale. You go ahead. Not minding his own business at all. The tail is mightier than the hiccup. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on back there? Is he doing a thing? Whoa! And pulled him alongside him. This scene is so good. Come on, come on, come on. Oh god, this scene is beautiful. You did it. Ah, but it closed. He did it though. He got it to work for at least a second. That's crazy. One head lights or breathes gas, the other ignites it. Okay, Hiccup, come on. As the only other person that probably read the book, you should probably appreciate that he's. Oh, dude. Uh-oh. Single digits. Hi, how you doing? You're an ugly looking snakehead dragon, aren't you? Oh, his name is Fishlegs, really? Well, that sucks. Sucks for you. God, they got a weird looking, like, freaky smile thing going on. Look at this. I use the eel on them. What? 10 to. Putting his leatherworking skills to use. A harness for himself. I love how, like, kind of like in Iron Man. It's like we got the basic concept, but it's not perfect, and so he has to iterate and make improvements at each stage. So this is like their catnip, and it's like he's able to defeat dragons without actually like hurting them. See, as he spends more time with Toothless, he learns more about dragons and solutions against them that may not necessarily have been thinkable previously. Taking away her kill, but even these Vikings at this point have to realize he's not killing dragons, right? He's just like, I don't know. Ah, oh, you want a butt kicking, little fella? He's using a flashlight on him. Like, you would think someone at this point would have questioned uh, um, Hiccup as to, like, okay, why aren't you killing these dragons? You know, like he's putting them away, but no one is like saying, well, why aren't you killing them? You know, I guess because he doesn't have to because it's training, but like he's never evinced a deadly method against any of them. Uh-oh. He's harnessed to the dragon. And I'm gonna sneak him into the village now because that's what I do. Wow, hey, that sheep has the fear of God in its eyes, or the fear of Toothless in its eyes. Ooh, well, they took some losses, didn't they? Okay, Stoic would have questioned him. Hiccup? I think when Gabber said he has a way with the beasts, knowing what we do about Stoic and also about his past, I would think that that would have set off a kind of like, really? What kind of way? Like, are we talking his mother's way? And now we're just going flying. I love that he has like that leather half tail that Hiccup designed him. Oh, steer better. Steer better. He smacked him. Oh, I love it. God. Oh my God. And there goes the harness. Oh God. I forgot about this part. Oh God, look at. Oh, it just smacked him without meaning to. This is a good scene that shows how much these two need each other. It's only when Toothless is able to get back on and then re like reuse the tail mechanic or the tail extension that Toothless can fly properly again. Okay, that required some agility right there. We're gonna fly through this fire here. I prefer mine cooked, you know. Mine precious. Mine. No, mine. It's like, baby, you gonna try to challenge me? I'm a grown ass dragon. No. You got any more? Baby dragon's like, you got more? I want more. Give me more, please. Give me more. Oh, and it's purring. And it's laying up against him. Oh, God. Yeah. Everything that they know about them has to be challenged. And they're not going to take too kindly to that. You wanna talk to me? Okay. Are you sure about that? This is the parent who doesn't listen. The worst Viking Burke has ever seen. Thor Almighty. Oh, God. It's only now that we finally have something to talk about, huh? That's. Come on. You gotta say something. Oh, we got him a helmet. His mother's forgot about it. He's mortified. The breast hat. Oh, that's this is brilliant. That is freaking brilliant. I love it. Oh, well, buddy. That yeah. You go right ahead. Yeah. Okay, he's not a killer. He knows his dad is going to catch that. So, why can't I kill it? You can definitely hear America Ferrera if you've seen any of her other work. Look at how mad she is. I don't want to kill a dragon. I don't blame him, man. He is not a killer. Oh, God. Astrid, I know you're mad. Hey, it's called reading, okay? It's called reading and learning, okay? No, sweetie. He's not in danger. Look at this. He just got right between the two of them. Toothless is not impressed. Don't you harm my human, Toothless says. Oh, I forgot about that too. Wow. Just puts her up in a tree. Okay, we need to talk. Come on. Toothless is like, you are on borrowed time here, so behave. Wench. Yeah, gently. Sure. I'll be gentle. He's like, I'm just giving her the full dragon experience, you know? I love how like I don't know apprehensive Toothless or Hiccup is about this. He's like, okay, she seems contrite. I'll even out now. Yeah, think about this, Astrid. You are riding a flying dragon. You are riding a dragon. You are riding a dragon. How awesome is that? Okay, she should come away a little bit wet. Clouds are wet. Man, they just spend the evening just flying around on Toothless. I just can't even imagine what that would be like, you know? Like this scene is beautiful and awesome and amazing. But I mean, I can't even imagine what it would be like to actually do that, you know? So, Astrid, does this just is this was this a date? You know, did we just go out, or is this just kind of, like one of those eh, kind of happened. It's not really, you know. Yay, all right, she admitted it. That's a good question. Uh-oh. Yeah, Toothless got tense real fast. Oh, they caught up with a flock of them. Okay, but you're gonna have to let me do it my way. Hey, you double-headed dragon. Look ahead, all right? Eyes on the road. I remember the first time I saw this part, this was extremely tense. I'm like, what is happening? And it's like, oh my god, this is the nest, isn't it? Look at this thing. Yeah. Okay, and he's and Toothless is being a total bro here because he found an isolated place and he hid behind a stalactite. He's trying to keep them safe. And I mean that is just that he's a real one for that. Oh God, that's like the Leviathan dragon. That's like the Meg dragon. Eh, Toothless is like, nope, we gotta go. A queen dragon, huh? Dude, pet dragon? Are you kidding? Think about this. If this one dragon can be friends with a human, think about how this would work out on a larger scale. That's for kidnapping me. Oh, I love that look that Hiccup gave Toothless right after she hit him, and Toothless just like, yeah, I know, women, right? Oh, I don't know. I think she likes you. Oh God. Okay, all right. I'm gonna pause here real quick. Okay, I've paused it. The camera is on Stoic, and let's see. I think we're at about 1 hour and like maybe 10 seconds. So I just I wanna talk about this scene that's coming up because this is obviously not an easy scene to watch. Um, you've basically got in a way this is kind of a rehash of the conversation that Hiccup and Stoic had earlier in the film, where Hiccup is trying to tell him, I'm not a person who can kill dragons. And his dad is saying, I'm going to make you into a person who can kill dragons. And Stoic is going to be confronted with the fact that, his dismissive attitude towards Hiccup's stance on this whole issue is gonna it's basically gonna come back and bite him in the rear. And he's not gonna like that. And as a result, he acts pretty monstrously up to this point, and or up to a certain point. Like he doesn't out and out kill Toothless, but like he basically does almost everything that he can up until that point. And that's a difficult thing for people who have long believed and lived a certain way. It can be very difficult to confront that sometimes, hey, like when those beliefs are challenged, it's easy to get angry, it's easy to get defensive, and in Stoic's case, it's easy to get offensive because he takes what his son has learned and then tries to turn it against the dragon's nest that um that Toothless knows the location of. And this is one of those scenes that helped make the movie like a bona fide, like this is great. This is a classic. This is not going anywhere anytime soon. People will be talking about this movie for years to come because, we have again two competing philosophies, and now the more powerful one is confronted with the idea that it may not be the right one and it does not respond well to that. And again, this is good writing. This is taking those opposing forces, putting them up against each other, and then basically one having to deal with the kind of moral fallout, and then the other one having to deal with kind of the physical fallout. And yeah, um, and I love how Stoic, I think at first tries to justify this with just, you've been lying to me, Hiccup. And it's like, Hiccup was trying to talk to you, sir. You weren't listening. Anyways, we're going to get back to it. We are at, again, I think it's about an hour and close to 10 seconds. So I'm sorry, Max doesn't give me a perfectly accurate timeline display readout, and I wish it would. So, anyways, all right, here we go. Being Hiccup, oh my god, dude. Oh, or more proud. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, not the dragon he's worried about. I like that. It's like if it goes wrong, I need you to protect Toothless. Like that's love right there, you know? I wish to watch. Okay. He's like, I don't need an axe. I just need to put something in my hand. Oh god, fire dragon. Those things are terrifying. Just the concept of them is terrifying. What up, Red Devil? How you doing? Yeah, what is he? Yeah, the dragon's like, whoa, 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 what is this? What is this? Nope. No, I need you all to see this. Stoic, that's your fault, you dick. No, Astrid, don't do it. Oh man, look at Toothless. Look at Toothless. Oh my god, I forgot about all of this. Oh, nice hit. Now Astrid's got to run. Okay, now pet it under the chin now. Dang! Toothless just came in like a G. No. Look at him. Look at him. He is staying right between that other dragon and Hiccup. No. No. Hey! No! Oh god, this is so hard to watch. This is so hard to watch. Here we go. Yeah. He tried to tell you, man. A trick? He manages to tame dragons, dude. Yes. Damn. He got right back in his dad's face. Oh, right. He gave their location away. Well, don't say the tooth. Oh, God. And for once in his life, he does not. Oh, you're not my son. Damn. What a dick. Okay, I like that look on his face where like that genuine pain right there. But again, he's doing exactly what he's done this entire story, and he's just not listening. They're like taking what everyone, it looks like. You just, oh God, it is so hard to see Toothless chained up like this. Man, that look, the look that those two exchange, Toothless and Stoic, it's like, dude, man. Yeah, that's definitely a mess they're in. Who is his best friend, by the way? Because it's not who you are. Good question. Why? Come on, why? Yeah, good response. First to ride one. Wouldn't I looked at him and I saw myself. How can you not relate to that? We're gonna do something crazy. Because when Hiccup does the crazy thing, he tends to come out on top. Some, not me. Good God, that's got to be very hazardous for them to navigate. Whoa. Well, the plan is, well, dragons. That's the plan. Man, Toothless is just like, dude, let me out. And now things went completely silent. That's not good. That's not good at all. Put the spear down, you little jerko. There, dude, you're petting a dragon. How freaking cool is that? And then we got a bunch of the other ones. Hi, we're gonna be your steeds. Oh, he brought extra underwear along. That's nice. That's smart. Uh-huh. That's very... Whoa. He's just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna run on in and scream. Oh, poor Toothless. Have you? Have you really? Ah. Yeah, it's a frickin' like Leviathan dragon. Hmm. Tell me that you bit off more than you could chew without telling me that you bit off more than you could chew. Yeah, yeah. You think maybe you rushed into this a little too quickly there, Stoic? Oh, those rocks are so cute. Yeah, okay, yeah, don't go to the Oh dear God, Toothless. It's like I don't care about the Vikings, I just care about Toothless. Oh. Oh my God. It's like I'm not leaving you behind, buddy. I love them. They're competing for its attention. Yay! The kids have arrived and they're riding dragons. Love it. Oh God, these two. Just do the thing, twinnos. Just do it. Oh God, they're just sitting there insulting it. Oh wow. I didn't catch the multiple eyes. This thing's got like spider eyes. Oh God. Oh. Oh, he's trying so hard to free Toothless. Oh, I love it. Uh-oh. I forget. What's this guy's name? Hit it in the eye. Oh, yeah, but, you know. There we go. Hit it in the eye. Nice. Okay, well, smack it in the eye with your hand then. Oh God. Oh God. No! She's drowning! Oh no! Stoic! Stoic, you better get down there and save that dragon. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, man. It's like, all right, you freed me. Here, I'm gonna free you. Time to ride. Oh, that apology means everything. It's a great scene. Great moment for those two. Shut up, twins. Just cooperate. What's the guy's name? Snoutlout? Nice catch. Oh, God. Okay, all right, dragon, fart. Fart into his mouth. Okay, you know what to do, Toothless. Nice. Very nice. Very nice rescue. God, that thing is huge. Ooh. Smacked it with a projectile attack. Okay, you Vikings may want to grab onto something. Look at this. Instead of fighting, the Vikings are all watching and cheering or freaking out or whatever. Nice try. Come on, fire breath. Good God. Just that thing's profile in the sky. Oh, did you lose your sense of direction? Ooh. Oh man, he's Wrath of Conning him. He's Motara Nebularing him. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, the light display from below is probably amazing. Yikes! No, the leather, the leather. Nice try, but you still missed. Just a little bit longer now. Oh, oh, that was some beautiful timing. Not so fireproof on the inside, are you? Oh God! Now I'm getting Millennium Falcon and the Death Star vibes. Go, 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 go. Oh! No! Get him, get him, get him! God, that entire battle was amazing. Come on. If you found Toothless, you'll probably find Hiccup. Toothless is just like, I am done. I am so done. I am so out of it. Hiccup said that earlier when he found Toothless. Oh, he wasn't just under his wing. Hiccup had actually grabbed him and held on to him. Toothless is like, "Are we cool now? Are we good? Huh? Stoic, are we good?" Oh, good. You're welcome. Most of them, right? Hey, you, wake up. On your left. Yep. You're in my house. God, he is so much like a great big cat. And now, yep, it got his leg. Lost part of his leg. Yeah. I can't even imagine what it would be like to wake up and find that I was missing a hand or a leg or part of an arm or something. I wow. So I at least I like that moment where he's like, "Oh God, oh God, oh God, I've lost something," you know. Yep. Now dragons are part of the village. I knew it. I'm dead. A little more of this. Most of you. I might make a few tweaks. I think it is going to always be that way. Yeah, I thought so. Thought you'd get used to it. Ah, I like that. I like how the leg hooks into the to the saddle pedal, I guess. But not today, apparently. The only upsides are the pets. Or cats. Oh, God, so good. So effing good. These credits are beautiful. The illustrations and everything. Okay, we got about 8.5 minutes left. I am going to watch the credits, so. Stoic was Gerard. Okay, Gobber was Craig Ferguson. Okay. America Ferrera. Snoutlout was Jonah Hill. Okay, all right. Fish Legs, I don't know that actor. Oh, God. TJ Miller, I should have recognized. Kristen Wiig? Really? I mean, I guess each of them had like a dozen lines, maybe total. So, but these illustrations are just amazing. Okay, so we had animators, supervising animators for each character. That's interesting. Okay, I don't know any of Jay Baruchel's other work, but I definitely liked his work in this one. Okay, who was Spitelout? Who David Tennant was in this. Who was he? Who's Spitelout? Was that Snoutlout's father? Was that the one that basically said yes sir to Stoic when he said lead the Vikings to or lead the men to the other side of I don't know. Was that David Tennant? Was that David frickin' Tennant? Was that Doctor Number 10? So David Tennant came into this movie and had like 3 lines total. That blows my mind. I mean, to be perfectly fair, I don't know what other role I would give David Tennant in a movie like this. I was just so surprised to see his name on the cast list. Okay. I need to pause this because nature is calling and I need to go use the restroom. I've got it paused at 4 minutes and 47 seconds left. That's at approximately 1 minute or 1 hour, 32 minutes and 28 seconds. So I'm going to go use the bathroom because I got to go now. I will be right back. Just hold on for a second. All right, and I am back. Give me just a moment. Okay, here we go. Okay. Um, I'm back. Thank you. I needed to you know, you know. Any anyways. And again, we've got about 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. I'm going to go ahead and just resume. We are on the credits. Um, at the very top of the screen is effects animators, and then I've got the group of effects animators. That's the frame that I'm on. And here we go. And I need my headphones on. So, oh my goodness. Hold on. That was dumb. Okay, all right. So we got about 4 minutes left. All right. Yeah, Mesozoic, we're definitely gonna have plenty to talk about once this is done. Production sound services by Skywalker Sound, a Lucasfilm company. Because, why not? Hmm. This is just a beautiful score overall. I really can't believe how many hands go into making a movie. I mean, this has got to be like hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals on this or on this credits list. It's frankly amazing. Like everybody on this list had something to do with this movie, whether it was promoting it, casting it, acting in it, running cameras, editing work. Okay. I'm like, please don't try to change the channel on me, Max. I realize that you want to do that kind of thing, but there we go. We're done. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. Well, I am going to reposition the mic. There we go. All right. And hopefully you guys are still able to hear me just fine. So, all right. Okay. So, yeah. Let me see. This is my one issue is sometimes shading is an issue, but I'm going to just pop it up a little bit further away. Hopefully you can still hear me. So, okay. All right. I'm going to, should I do the postmortem first or should I look at your, let's just go ahead and look at the chat. So, I'm going to go about to where Matt Cave last was. Okay. Gareth Edwards directed Jurassic World Rebirth. Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool. Okay, let's see. He directed Godzilla 2014. Oh, okay. I think I've seen that one. Elizabeth Olsen's in that one, right? Or am I thinking of a different one? Um, I've seen the one with Elizabeth Olsen in it. I don't remember if I've seen the one after her. So, okay. Love the eyes, toothless eyes instead of the big round ones adds to the creepy feeling, but while making you feel sorrow for toothless. Um, this whole scene is so damn iconic to me. Growing up, I knew how amazing this movie was just by this scene alone. Was this the scene? Which scene are we talking about here? Because I don't know. Love, love, love the gray coloring in the scene adds to the intense feelings and to Hiccup's guilt. Are we talking? Is this the scene where Hiccup, like lets Toothless go, or all right? Again, I really relate to Hiccup and Stoick's relationship. I know it can feel like that someone you care for won't listen to you. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we've all been there at some point. Stoic is a character that hits even harder after the second and third films. Dude, God, like there was a point when I was watching this movie for the first time that I hated Stoic. I was like, why are you behaving this way towards your son? God damn it. And then yeah, like that look on his face after they have that scene where he blows up at him and everything, like that helped to humanize him quite a bit, you know, but I mean like Hiccup doesn't see that, you know. So the Grunkle here is an adult. Okay, all right, I didn't realize that. Fish legs is basically reading an enemy stats. No, I definitely caught that. I think the only thing I actually don't like, in fact, kind of dislike, are the side characters, the twins and Snoutlout. I just find them to be so annoying. Don't help that one of them is voiced by TJ Miller. See, I didn't catch that because, like, TJ Miller has maybe 5 lines in this movie total. Um, but yeah, I probably should have caught that. Like, I definitely was able to pick out TJ Miller in Ready Player One. I'm like, that's TJ Miller. I know that freaking obnoxious, you know, voice. So I should have picked it out, but again, I didn't have very long to really, you know, do it. So okay, the thing I love about Toothless and the dragons are the anatomy. They have realistic traits of real animals, and the body parts, like Toothless's fin, which are important. Yeah, absolutely. All right, the Skrill is super terrifying. As someone who's watched the shows, those things are aggressive as yeah. The fog reminds me of the one that surrounds Skull Island in King Kong. I don't think I've seen King Kong Skull Island, actually. Maybe I need to put that one on the list. All right. Love how the deadly Nadar has similar behavior to birds and also raptors. Toothless is basically a cat. Yeah, no, he is. Love how Toothless is like, "Are you gonna eat that? You gonna eat that? Because I'll eat it if you. I'll eat it if you won't. If you won't eat it, I'll eat it. I'll totally. I got you, bro. I got you." He sleeps like a bat. That was I'd forgotten about that. That was weird. Uh, love how Toothless's drawing actually does like Hiccup at a type of angle. What, that looks like it? Really? I don't know. Music by John Powell is just chef's kiss. Yeah, the music, like the score in this movie is fantastic. Does a really good job of helping kind of bring forth the emotion of the scenes. Yeah. All right. So, fun fact, the hesitation Toothless has when he nuzzles Hiccup's hand was actually an animation error, but everyone loved it so much from how realistic it was, so they kept it. Really? Okay, I had no clue about that. That, yeah, because actually it does feel like it kind of drags on for just a little bit, but like it works. It actually works. No, I think that's amazing. I love Toothless's slow reaction when he realized that he got a new fin. His face slowly raising his wings is so amazing. He's like, "Oh my god." Yeah. Yeah. I love how each dragon also has different ways of breathing fire and or attacking. Some are even kind of realistic. Gronkles are basically big dogs. I know I keep using the word love, but it's an impossible word for me to use, or it's an impossible word for me to not use with this movie, I would imagine. So, I get what you're saying. I assume they don't mind him not killing a dragon because as someone as well scrawny as him, it's impressive for everyone to see him take down a dragon. It's weird though because he doesn't really take one down. He doesn't do anything by force. He like tames them, you know? All right, this right here is my favorite scene in the whole damn franchise. Fight, the test flight scene is so good. I hope they re-release this movie in 3D again because it was released. Oh god, I can't even imagine what this must have been like in 3D. Oh god. All right. Sometimes you got to throw your cheat sheet away and trust your gut. Absolutely. The scene of Hiccup and Toothless flying past the rocks and boulders and making it out is just so damn good. Again, music by John Powell. Just so, yeah. All right. The fear in Hiccup when he thinks Stoick found out is so relatable. Right. You know, like, oh God, does my dad actually know that I'm dating that woman that is the daughter of his sworn enemy or something like that? You know? Yeah. It amazes me that the first mention of Hiccup's mother is her boob. I'm just like, because you know you do notice that Hiccup doesn't have a mom in this movie, you know. And I was like, are we just going to like gloss that over? Is this just not, you know, are we never going to mention her? And then boom, it was half your mother's breastplate. I'm like, you have to give him even your first piece of armor that you're giving him is kind of not that manly in that sense, you know. That was a great moment. If and when I make a reaction video to this movie, like that scene of me laughing at the breastplate helmet is definitely going into the reaction. That is like yeah, that was good. That was good. Let's see, Toothless's face when Astrid runs off. Oh, you want me to be gentle? Okay, I'll be gentle. And then proceeds to like freak her out. Yeah. Thank you for nothing, you useless reptile. I quote that a lot. I like it. I like it. All right, then we get DreamWorks' version of A Whole New World. It was a kidnapping date. Yeah, I mean, it kind of was. Yeah, Toothless's eyes are a big part of his facial expressions, and they work. It works, you know. It's kind of funny to know that the nest Vikings has been looking for has been right next to them. The Red Death. The big one's name is the Red Death. Really? Was he red? I don't. Okay. The monstrous nightmare is both so badass and awesome. Yes. I'm not one of them. Now, of course, Stoic is still mostly at fault at this situation, but I won't deny Hiccup's line there doesn't help him. That is true. That is true. I love how even Toothless fights like a cat. Yeah. Ever wonder if Toothless almost shooting at Stoic purposely foreshadows too? Ooh. See, I don't know. And that's a really like when you ask a question like that, it's really an interesting like how much did they think about the second movie if they did that when they were making this one, you know? Like did they already know that like if we got a sequel it would be a story about Hiccup and his mother? You know, were we going to show Stoic's wife? Were we going to bring her back? You know, I like it really does. It feels like to me that when they made this movie, they they made this with the intention of we're gonna make this world, we're gonna make it as kind of three dimensional and lived in as possible, make it seem as realistic as possible, and then like when they made the second one, they were able to use a lot of the seeds kind of planted in the first one because it was so well written. But it feels to me like they did not know or necessarily plan for a second movie. Like that's just kind of the way it feels to me. Now, I could be completely wrong and it certainly wouldn't be the first time. But like I guess part of it is that I mean, one, I think when we finally meet Hiccup's mom. I mean, she is very clearly not as busty as that helmet would dictate. Okay, like you know, like yes, she's beautiful and everything like that, but like you know, like she's like a regular sized person, you know. So I don't know. There's stuff like that, and just kind of like I don't know. It just feels to me like they told enough to not necessarily plant the seeds of a second movie because I don't it doesn't really feel like they were going for that here. I think they wanted to tell one self-contained story, but they fleshed out the world so unbelievably well that when they got the green light for a second movie, they were like, "Well, we got plenty to choose from here." You know, I really feel like that's what happened. So, and normally I hate the liar reveal story. It's common in animated family films and normally boring and generic, but this handles it so well here. Yeah, no, I think so. I love Stoic's reaction after disowning Hiccup. He's in shock and pain. It makes him feel like a real person. Yeah, I like that. I like that moment too, actually. All right. I wouldn't kill him because he looked as frightened as I was. That line is right up there for that line is one of the big revelations of who Hiccup is as a character. Absolutely. All right. The fireball going into the cave to reveal the dragons always scared the crap out of me as a kid. It's definitely a shock moment. It's like, whoa, how many are in there? You know? Stoic. Okay, so maybe I could have thought of a plan here. Yeah. Really hate DJ Miller's character. I really hate TJ Miller in general. You know, here's the thing about TJ Miller, okay? As a comedian, I could have taken him or left him. All right, as a comedic actor, he's okay. he has his funny moments. He really does. He's also got some moments that don't land so well. Um, but based on what I have discovered about TJ Miller as a person, he's kind of a trash person. He is egotistical, he is argumentative. He apparently does not work well with others. He's just kind of a dick. And based on what little I have read about him, I'm just like, you know what? I'll accept when he's in my movies and I'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, all right, he exists, you know. But other than that, I'm just like, okay, whatever, you know. So I'm kind of glad to not know that T.J. Miller was in this movie until now. Actually, what was another movie that I saw him in recently that I'm like, okay, oh right, I've been watching a lot of YouTubers react to Ready Player One, and it's like I don't think T.J. Miller's character was in IROC. I don't think he was in the book. At least I don't remember him from the book. So it's easy for me to just kind of dismiss the fact that TJ Miller is voicing that character. I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. This character is really not that big a deal to me. So I'm proud to call you my son. Oh man, that scene, just like where Stoic just like says, "I'm sorry," you know. Oh God, that is so beautiful, especially after the really, I mean, fairly vicious conflict those two have had, at least philosophically, you know. Um, it's just, yeah, like I didn't cry during that scene, but I was starting to well up. That scene, and I've seen it multiple times, but like that scene just really hits in a big way. So, all right, I love the shots when we're in a perspective view on Toothless, like we're riding him. They really are good, you know. Love how they build up how they defeat the Red Death was with the terrible terror when Toothless shot it in the mouth. That was good. That was just like that was some pinpoint accuracy, and I loved it. You know. All right. Love how Toothless opened Hiccup to Stoic when he apologized, like how Astrid did. Yeah. Um, the scene showing Hiccup's new leg is powerful. Yes. Claps when it ends. Credits are good. The song Sticks and Stones is good. Okay. I don't even know where to start with this film. It's my personal favorite animated film of all time and one of my favorite films ever made as well. This movie, especially as an animated film, this one is up there with like Coco and the Spider-Verse movies and Toy Story. Like this film is amazing. This movie when I review it on Letterboxd, this movie is at least getting 4.5 stars, and I don't know, it might get five. I'm gonna have to think about it while I'm writing it, but there is very little in this movie that really annoys me. You know, um, like I guess Snoutlout and the twins are a little bit annoying. They might bring it down to a 4.5, but like even then I can still kind of be like, I get these are stock characters, and yeah, this, you know, you don't have to knock every character out of the park. It's great when you do, but you don't have to. So I don't know, but I really can't think of anything else. There's I don't feel like there's an out of place scene. I don't feel like there isn't really an out of place moment aside from possibly, you know, some of those characters. But if they are, they're small. They're almost unnoticeable. So, all right. It is basically perfect in so many ways. The writing, the visuals, the animation, the score. It's so damn good. I love it to death. Will always be my number one animated film. I can understand that. Kind of goes without saying, I'm not exactly excited to see DreamWorks botch this up with the remake. I mean, fair enough. I know that at least one of my viewers got an early he got to watch this early and basically said, I felt nothing from this. And so like and I find that I don't always agree with his reviews and his perspectives on things. I think we had different opinions on Captain America Brave New World, for example. But like, hearing him say that, I'm just kind of like, you felt nothing? Damn. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of live action remakes of animated properties. Um, with that said, I've seen Disney screw a few of them up, and it's kind of put me off of Disney's remakes. Um, but honestly, I want to see what they do with this. I want to see, are they just going to recreate the animated film? And if so, how well do they do it? And if they don't, if they do take some scenes, some themes, some characters, and they rework them in a slightly different way, I'm interested to see how that will go. We'll see. I don't know. I'm probably going to go see the live action remake. I'll probably go see that in theaters. But I mean, I know a lot of people are already saying they don't like it, they don't want to like it. But I mean, like, I watched the live action remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I loved it. I thought it was great. It's a different flavor of the cartoon, and I liked it. I felt like they were very clever in trying to rework some of the themes from the first season, tie them together in certain episodes. I thought that worked very well. So I'm hoping we get a similar treatment with How to Train Your Dragon, but we'll see. I don't know. From what little I've seen of like some of the scenes that they've released and comparisons to the animation, it does kind of look like it may be a one-for-one remake. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna watch it. So, let's see. Now I know a lot of people are excited for it, but I honestly don't get it. Everything shown so far just says it'll be a shot-for-shot remake without any of its vibrancy or emotional weight. I don't know if I agree with you there, but I also think that again, I'm going to want to view it for myself. You know, I'm not saying that I disagree with you. I'm just saying that like what little I've seen, little, very little. I've been like, huh, I remember that. I like that. Let's see it again in live action. So it just honestly looks like the Lion King 2019 remake all over again. Ooh, ooh. I never saw that, but I heard lots of bad things about it, so I hope you're wrong. But ignoring that, I love the movie to death. 10/10. This and Kung Fu Panda are some of DreamWorks' best work. Okay, well, good. I've seen some of DreamWorks' best films. I like it. Okay, Kong Skull Island is great. It's the only prequel in the monster verse. Okay, all right. I felt nothing. That's basically how I'm gonna be with the remake. All right. If I do see the remake and it has the same quality as the Lion King remake, it might become one of my least favorite films ever on a personal level. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Let me go ahead and do the recap because I normally do the recap right after we finish the movie, but I wanted to look at the credits early, so or the credits, the chat early. So, um, all right, let's talk about it. Okay. Uh, I remember saying that, I like this film, I love this film, and that remains true after this viewing. I really, again, it's really nice to revisit a movie that you maybe haven't seen in a while and just re-experience it. The emotions, the images, the themes, the voice acting. It's just amazing. And this movie still holds up. I mean, it's probably been maybe the better part of a decade since I last watched this movie, and it totally holds up. And again, I feel like one of the biggest draws to this movie for me is Hiccup's humanity, Hiccup's difference from his people kind of making him great. I feel like his willingness to try to see his willingness and ability to see himself in the dragons it really is, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a superpower. It sets off all of these changes that occur in Burke and within the society that he lives in. And that's amazing. I really like that. The the animation, I mean, this is what, 15-year-old animation, still looks beautiful as all get out. And like there are so many standout scenes too. There is the scene there's the scene, the flying scene, essentially, the test flight and then the flight with Astrid. There is the fight between Toothless and Hiccup and the Red Death, the boss dragon. Um, there, everyone looks great. Stoic has a very distinct look. Gobber has a very distinct look. Hiccup has a very distinct look, very different from everyone else. Astrid, I mean, she's kind of the same kind of skinny model as Hiccup, but like, she's a kid. She's his age, basically. Um, really, really loved the fact that it's the kids led by Hiccup who end up saving the adults in this movie. Like, again, it's that whole idea of the new way saving, the old way. Like the adults led by Stoic were like, we've always done it this way and this way works, and they use that going to go after the dragons. And then Hiccup was like, nope, we're going to use the dragons to rescue the adults. Like, so goddamn clever. Like, I love it so much. It's the whole like, this way could work, and then showing them how it works. Loved it so much. There really isn't a lot for me to dislike about this film. There really isn't. Again, I think I mentioned before, maybe the twins and Snoutlout, like, they were kind of annoying, but I also understand why they're there, and so not every single character needs to knock it out of the park in order for a movie to be good. And that's certainly the case here. I mean, the twins at least had some funny moments, but for the most part, I could have done without those characters. But really, I can't think of much else that I dislike about this movie. I mean, I dislike what Stoic says to Hiccup, but like those scenes are pivotal and help make the movie what it is. So I don't really think there's any lazy writing going on in this movie. I think the writing is superb. I think the concept is amazing. You kind of weave together the historical Vikings and then the fantastical dragons, and you get Burke and you get How to Train Your Dragon, and I love it, and it's great. And this franchise goes on to create at least two more movies and apparently some shows that I've never seen. But like, you developed an entire franchise off of this movie. That's amazing. And I really feel like this was an excellent way to kind of kick that off. And I just don't know much of what else there is to say here. The voice casting is good. Again, not crazy about TJ Miller, but I mean, he's in a lot of movies that I don't like, and I don't really like him. But yeah, as for my Letterbox rating, uh as for the rating I would give this in Letterbox, this is easily at 4.5 stars and possibly 5. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it while I'm writing the review. And that review will go up within at least a day or two. We'll see. I don't know. I got some other things coming up, so my schedule may be a little off until like Wednesday or Thursday, but like I'm going to write that review. I'm going to write this review. So but that will happen. But in the meantime, this is just a fun world to revisit. and I will and I will be watching How to Train Your Dragon 2 in June. I don't think I've got the exact date set, or if I do, I just don't remember. But that will be happening, and you guys will get a graphic at some point on the channel showing when I'll do that. But you can expect that sometime in June for Classics Revisited. And again, that's mostly me kind of gearing up for the live action. We'll see. But in the meantime, let me think. Is there anything else I really want to discuss about this movie? Um, I mean, again, I think I mentioned the casting. Jay Baruchel, I don't know if his name is not familiar to me outside of this franchise. I think he does an excellent job with Hiccup, but I really don't know him from anything else. I'll need to kind of check his IMDb and see what else he's done. America Ferrera, I definitely recognize her from the show Superstore, and she's a good actress. Um, I think she left the show recently, and I don't know if they're carrying on without her because she was the lead for a while. Um, Craig Ferguson, I immediately recognized him. I'm like, I know that voice. Again, I've seen him flirting with movie stars on his talk show. Um, who voices Stoic? I can't remember, and now I need to look it up. Hold on. Okay, Gerard Butler. That's right. That's right. Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler is he's I've definitely heard his name, and I've probably seen him in a few things that I don't remember him from. How as for how he does in this role, dude knocked it out of the park. Basically the embarrassed and then proud father, he nails that perfectly. He's got the accent for the culture, and his disappointment and anger at Hiccup, along with his contrition and, just like, I love you and I'm proud of you and I'm sorry for all of this. Like, he really does bring the emotional heft that scene really needs and does a fantastic job. So, um, I love the score. Who was the who was the head of the music? Was it John Powell? I'm just terrible uh with the names and stuff. But yeah, no, that was great. Let's see. Not pressuring. I know you're done with shows. I mean, if you want to see more Toothless doing cat stuff. Oh, John Powell did the score. Thank you. Um, oh yeah, no. Again, shows, I don't know. Like, I know that one of my viewers wants me to watch the Tron Uprising show, and I probably will, but I'm going to take at least like a month or two off before I go back to doing shows. But shows are going to be, I feel, like a very kind of occasional thing now if I can help it. Um like if they like when the next season of Spider-Man or Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man comes out, I'm doing that, like that's going to happen. Um when the next season of Daredevil Reborn comes out, or sorry, Daredevil Born Again comes out, I will be doing that. But I think like aside from like stuff like that, I'm going to have to be very selective about what I choose to do. So, I'm not saying no, I'm just saying if I do it, it'll be a while. So, you know, I can always watch them without streaming them. You are correct. I could do that. We'll see. I don't know. All right. But anyways, getting back to the postmortem. So, but yeah, John Powell's music does an amazing job of helping to resonate with the emotions that you may be feeling during a certain scene. The score is amazing and is as it carries you away, just kind of like kind of like the same way that you feel during the scenes when, when when Hiccup is riding Toothless. Those flight scenes are amazing, and the music helps. I think it's great. Um, yeah, so much to love with this film. So much to love with this film. And again, I feel like the only reason that this might get a 4.5 as opposed to a 5, now that I think about it, is that, and again, I haven't seen it in a few years. I would need to watch it again, but I feel like I like the second one a little bit more than this one. And that's a very personal thing. I mean, if you disagree with me, I understand. But for me, I think the second film does a lot of things that so many other movies don't, especially when you are dealing with this kind of semi mythological stuff. And I really love it for that. So, you know, at the risk of cheesing off someone who thinks that this is the best out of all of them, I understand it's just a difference of opinion. That's what my ratings are too. Those are simply my opinion. So, but yeah, really enjoyed this movie. It was great to see it again, and I think, yeah, I don't know. For me, this one easily gets a 4.5 or a 5. Like, no problem. That's how much I like this movie. And hopefully you did as well. Thank you for watching this reaction. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and thwip the like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, if you enjoyed this reaction, consider sharing this out to your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. What'd you think of this movie? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this show. You can find the full and unedited live stream to this reaction on my YouTube channel. There is a master playlist of all movies. There is a master playlist of all movies to which I have reacted. And I'm starting to divide them up into smaller playlists, usually by genre. How to Train Your Dragon would probably be in animated, fantasy, family, and probably adventure. And you can find all of those playlists on my YouTube channel under the category Watch Party. Let me think. Was there anything else? Oh, right. Okay. And of course, channel memberships are now live on the Spidey Librarian YouTube channel. Check out the membership tiers and see which benefits you'd like access to. Perks include shoutouts, members-only live streams, members-only videos, and and uploaded. Sorry, I just got a pop-up that threw me off there. Okay, finally. And early access to selected uploaded content. Yeah, I just said that wrong. Okay. And early access to selected uploaded content. And that's not even mentioning my custom emotes and badges. Check out the memberships today and see which perks you'd like access to. And I think that's everything. So thanks again for watching. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Okay. Will I watch The Hidden World 2 in the future as well? So I think what I'm going to do with How to Trade Your Dragon is, we just watched the first one today. We're going to watch the second one in June. And then in July, I think sometime I will watch the third and final movie. Simply because it's like I'm doing this, like I'm doing that with these sequels. Now, what you're going to find out is I'm not doing that with all sequels. So I think like next weekend, I'm going to be watching Ghostbusters. All right. You'll notice eventually that I do not have Ghostbusters 2 slated for a June watch along. And that's like I do intend to watch them in order, but I don't necessarily intend to like do part one month, part two the next month, part three the month after that. I feel like if I did that, I'm gonna limit, at least in the short term, what content I can really show on my channel, and I really want to keep it open. So like next month there will not be a Ghostbusters movie. Next month there will not be a Spider-Man movie. Surprise, surprise, you know. But the intent is to eventually revisit them, and when I do it, it will be like in production order. So that is a thing for you to keep in mind. Now, I'll be making an exception if you think about it. I'll be making an exception later this month because I will be watching Rogue One, which is definitely been made before A New Hope. But I feel like I can make an exception there, you know? So I'm trying to keep as flexible as I can be. But I think How to Train Your Dragon, like that entire series is good enough to where I can just go ahead and let's just go ahead and get those viewed, and then you know, I can have like a full kind of playlist for those movies, you know. So all right, but I think I'm done. I think I've been streaming for 3 hours. And I think at this point, I need to give my throat a rest, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna head off. Mesozoic Mind, thank you for joining today, and thanks to everyone else who watches this live stream, hopefully on the VOD. And also a special thanks to Matt Cave for coming in and watching for a little while as well. For those of you who are not members of the channel, just know that if you would like to watch these streams while I am streaming them, that is yet another perk of membership to my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that, I hope you will consider purchasing a membership. I think the cheapest one is like $3 a month. So, you know, that's going to be 4 extra live streams at least per month that you'll have access to on the day of. So in the meantime, I'm going to head off. Everyone take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye!